Today, the President has taken historic, transformative action by announcing the bold pledge that America will cut our carbon pollution.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope all of you are having a great day so far. Happy Saturday, folks. Now I have a lot of news and stimulus information to cover in today's video. Lawmakers in Congress are considering making stimulus checks permanent for Americans. And everybody, the majority of Americans do support Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan. And many people are supporting a fourth stimulus check. What do you guys think? Should we get a fourth stimulus check of $2,000 per month? If you think so, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. According to a recent study done by CNBC, a poll of 802 Americans nationwide shows that 36% of the public gives the infrastructure plan a thumbs up, compared with 33% of people who oppose it. So what do you guys think about the new infrastructure plan? Leave your thoughts on this, everybody, in the comments. The CNBC survey shows that most Americans do support nearly all the details of the current infrastructure plan. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin said this Friday that Congress should focus on conventional infrastructure and floated breaking up Joe Biden's sweeping bill. During a press conference with a bipartisan group of lawmakers, Senator Joe Manchin said that the Biden administration and Congress should take the fourth stimulus bill step by step and focus first on areas that could get bipartisan support. Now folks, I want you to know this. Joe Manchin also stated, we can get this bill done in a bipartisan way. So far everybody, Biden's $2.3 trillion proposal includes money for roads and bridges, broadband, as well as water systems. Joe Biden also wants to include in-home care, housing, and clean energy. Folks, it is clear that Senator Manchin wants to make changes to the current proposal, but he is not the only one. Recently guys, a group of Republicans unveiled a $568 billion counteroffer to Biden's plan, and that would focus more narrowly on roads and bridges. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that the Biden administration welcomed the proposal, calling it a starting point of a discussion. Now it also sparked division among Senate Democrats, with several dismissing it as too small to be a serious offer. Bernie Sanders called it totally inadequate. On top of expanded unemployment insurance, Americans have received 3 stimulus checks, an amount of aid that comes to nearly $850 billion so far. Multiple Democrats and economists want this additional relief to be the new normal, saying that recurring aid would ensure equitable economic recovery and sustainable growth, even long after the crisis is over. Congress that lifting this asset cap is long overdue. So what do you think, everybody? Should Social Security benefits and SSI benefits be increased? If you believe so, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Everybody, the main goal of this channel is to provide you with the latest news surrounding stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and of course federal benefits like Social Security and SSDI or SSI. And I personally do believe that our politicians in Congress must help out our seniors. We have got to give back to the people that have given so much to this country, and there's no better way to do this than by increasing Social Security benefits. And if you guys agree with me, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. In addition, everybody, the letter says that SSI should increase the amount of money that beneficiaries can earn before the benefits are reduced. And the lawmakers want rules, lowering benefits for those who marry. Everybody, President Biden backed many of these changes during his campaign for the presidency. Now they want the president to follow through as he prepares to detail his American Families Plan. Now our politicians even said that SSI offers a vital income for older adults as well as people with disabilities. SSI represents a vital lifeline for these Americans, and without them, they would be unable to meet their fundamental needs. But unfortunately, the federal government has failed to maintain this standard. Thank you for watching, everybody. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.
Ultimately, it's not probably going to be the top rate at 43.4%. It'll probably be watered down because people will start to talk about what the optimal rate is for government revenues. I do think for this administration, I think as you were pointing out, there's an extra element of tax increases, an extra consideration, which is not just raising taxes to raise revenue to pay for government spending, but there's also a social justice angle to a lot of this stuff, which means that at the margin, they'll be, in my opinion, a little bit more willing to raise taxes. I think it's also important to note, though, that this would be coming in the context of increases in corporate income taxes and an increase in the top marginal income tax rate. It's very different than what it was in 1986, when you had an increase in capital gains taxes, but you had very significant reductions in the top marginal income tax rate and the tax rate on corporate profits. So this, I think as a whole, I think part of the reason why bond yields will stop going up and the dollar's been weakening, in my opinion, over the last month, is that people are starting to fear that this may sterilize some of the stimulus that's already been put in place.
And that's a really important point, because what you're suggesting is that the bond market says this actually will undermine some of the growth potential included in some of the other plans. Again, I know we're reading a lot into a few basis points, but that it's kind of moving in that direction. Mark, the really interesting thing about the muni market is that it's absolutely salivating at these prospects. So the worse the tax burden looks, the more that state and local governments and stadiums and all go, great, that means more and more investors will want to come finance our projects. And maybe that's how we end up getting an infrastructure bill passed unofficially.
I think that's right, Kelly, and welcome back. I think that the muni market hasn't seen this type of environment in quite a while. You're seeing a lot of tailwinds. You're seeing that the Fed and Treasury since last year
in half by 2030. To put this in perspective, President Obama committed to a 25% pollution reduction by 2025 in the Paris Agreement. President Biden, and it is anticipated that we'll reach that goal, and now President Biden is doubling that cut in 5 more years to 3030. I think I got a lot of stuff here. In order to do that, we need the American Jobs Plan. When any of us, starting with President Biden, talk about climate, and you hear the president say this all the time, when I think about climate crisis, I think of one word: jobs. Jobs. Our chairs are advancing American Jobs Act, which we hope will be bipartisan. Millions of workers are in need of a good-paying job while our infrastructure is crumbling. Despite being the wealthiest country, we rank 13th globally in the quality of our infrastructure. You know the figures that the poor grades that the American Society of Civil Engineers gives us on the condition of our infrastructure. Now is the time for a once-in-the-century investment to create millions of good-paying jobs, ensure Americans can compete with any country in the world, and pave the way for economic growth for years to come. I say once in a century. It's early in the century. I'm sure others will have maybe something even bigger down the road, way down the road. To build back better, today is important as a part of the For the People agenda. We reintroduced the powerful Drug Price Reduction Act, the Elijah Cummings Lower Drug Cost Now, in honor of our dear Elijah. This is about families. You've heard me say again and again that when we're out on the campaign trail or in Zooms and the rest, this is the cost of health care, especially prescription drugs, is debilitating for families. I've seen grown men cry because they just cannot meet the obligations